Hi, everyone. Welcome. This is our Go People team organization, and we're so thrilled to have guests with us tonight as well. And I think you're in for a real treat tonight. Linda Burkheiser has been with us in our business for over 40 years now. And when I talk about one of my most inspiring people in my life, it has been Linda for a whole variety of reasons. She's a very strong woman, so well educated, reaches out to so many, has made such a difference in so many people's lives, as well as ours. And she is an executive coordinator in Shackley's. That means she has a really nice business that she's enjoyed a lot of benefits from. And I could go on for a talk to about her for quite a while, but I'm really eager for you to get to hear her presentation tonight. So Linda was describing to me in a coaching call this last week what she had just done with some people on her team live in Pittsburgh last week. And I was so impressed with what all she told me. I said, oh, would you do that for all of our team? And people could get to invite people to this as well. So we're really so pleased to have you, Linda. And I'm going to turn it over to you now.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Hannah. And you know how much I appreciate all of you, especially you and Alan. I just have to say that because my heart is with you always. Thank you for being on this call. This is our second session of what we call True Wellness Through Community. And you may wonder what this means, but basically, we were at our convention, and when we were there, we were talking about reaching a lot of people because our goal is true wellness for the world. And now you'll learn what that means as we go through this. And so I thought, I really want to start doing this. Well, let's talk about community. What is a community? A community is a group of people that are like-minded, that have a common goal and that are willing to work together. And that's what I'm hoping we can do through these community sessions. This second session is called a reboot for the fall. And let me just move into that one right away. You may wonder, okay, well, what is this reboot? What is this summer stuff? Let's face it, when we go from summer into fall, we're making a lot of changes. The days are shorter, it's getting colder. The routine we had during the summer don't work anymore. A lot of times people have kids going to school or you're preparing for holidays that are coming ahead. So it's really good to think about how you're working, what's working for you. I'm going through this only because this was our first session, and I did want to share why we're so concerned about health and wellness and building our bodies and sharing wellness with other people. This is a study that was done by the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, NHANES, and it was done in 2020. What it shows is that we're really not in good shape with a lot of our vitamins and our minerals. 97% of us don't get enough vitamin D. And as you can see, this is men and women over the age of 19. And you can see we're low in E, calcium, magnesium, and it goes on. If you do not have the minimum of what you need, it's very difficult to make a good cell. And these people are not meeting the minimum. So my suggestion is, and exactly the suggestion is, let's have a multivitamin. A multivitamin acts like a spark plug. It'll give you the minimum that you need to make good cells, and it also will help you with your absorption of other things that you're eating during the day too. We talked about myths real quickly, and I'm just going to go over them very quickly today. But people think they don't need them. They don't think they're absorbed. They don't think they do anything. They think they're too expensive. But again, we did a landmark study. Shackley had a landmark study done of people that have used nutritional products for a number of years, and they absolutely have better biomarkers, used almost no medication. It was really impressive. So I like to tell people the most expensive vitamin is the one that you don't absorb and your body can't use. So they're not expensive. They're essential. Okay, let's move into the fall. So here we are. Let's start with getting a new pattern for the fall. One of the things that we always say to people is walking is the easiest thing that you can do. If you can't do anything else, if you can't run, jog, or play hard, walk. And in the fall, you may have to change because it's not as easy to go in and out. We like to say, tack it onto a routine. Tack it onto a routine that you may have, like after a meal, before a meal, getting up in the morning, track your steps. Where we say it's better if you have a friend and you can always listen to fun things while you walk. Then on the right, we're giving you tips for your getting your sleep at night. And most of you know, I'm going to get rid of us. Most of you know that it's a big issue in our country. Every time you turn TV on, they're telling you something else that's going to help you sleep. Nothing helps you. There's melatonin, there's this, there's that. When we're talking about the fall, we want to change your pattern. So for sleep, you want to start a calming routine and pattern about an hour before bedtime. So that means turning off your screens, like their two computer screens, phones, lowering your lights, and that helps you avoid that blue light that we're so concerned about that keeps you awake. Don't watch the news and go to sleep. that's my hint for you. Watch something with a happy ending, and then you will go to sleep. Engage in relaxing activities or stretching. If you need to have a nice relaxing tea at night, make sure you go to bed around the same time at night and get up the same time every day. And that one works. And the other thing is make sure your room is really dark. A lot of people will use a sleep mask. I use a sleep mask. I cannot sleep. My eyes must open during the night. I don't know, but don't be afraid to try that. It's not quirky. It's really good for you. Another suggestion is meditating, and this kind of goes with the sleep, but I wanted to point that out that a lot of times the problems that we have relaxing is that we're just too stressed out. So if we can figure out a way to spend 10 minutes a day doing some kind of a meditation, that doesn't mean you have to do anything weird, but it's like even if you're sitting in a chair, close your eyes, breathe through your nose, exhale through your mouth, do it 10 times or for 10 minutes, and you will find that you are able to go. Some people do Tai Chi. I do Tai Chi. I do a moving meditation with Tai Chi, and that's kind of neat too. Lots of fun things. So we covered whoa, you're going to change your pattern of your walking. You're going to do something better to sleep. Now we're going to talk about what you're going to eat and how in the wintertime, you may have to eat a little bit more seriously because that's when we always pick up the colds and things like that. I loved this slide, and I hope you do too. On the left-hand side to me, where it says eat prebiotic foods, I was happy that they're finally telling us a lot of foods that have prebiotics, like bananas, asparagus, berries, beans, oats, and carrots. Next to it are probiotic foods. I think they're a little bit harder. They're harder for me to eat. I don't know about you. There's apple cider vinegar, sauerkraut. I love sauerkraut, but I don't do kimchi. Yogurt, kefir, miso, and tempeh. So for me personally, I do a probiotic always, and sometimes I'll do the prebiotic and probiotic together. But I know I definitely am not getting a probiotic in my diet. I'm not getting it regularly enough. And on the going further on the other side of the page, you see clean protein sources. You're going to notice that everything on here says organic, 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 but don't panic because I know some people think we just can't do all organic, but let's go over it. Organic chicken or turkey, grass-fed beef, eggs. Our Life Shake is organic, 2 scoops of that. Non-GMO organic tofu, wild-caught fish, and then of course seeds, hemp, chia seeds, and all those other good things. This one is going to be an eye-opener for you. Now, remember I told you not to worry about too much organic. Yes, we want organic, but there is a wonderful organization that's called the Environmental Working Group. And we in Shackley are very aware of it because a lot of our products, many of our products are recognized by them. This organization was started in 1980, and it's an independent environmental group. And they really look at chemicals and they look at organic foods. Those are the two main times, and they look at chemicals in everything. So they've created something that's called the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. You can actually go on your computer and you can go Google it, or Google Environmental Working Group, and you can print one of these out. That's where I printed this out from. On the left-hand side, you'll see the Dirty Dozen. And these are the things that, if at all, we should try to eat these organically or not eat a whole lot of them. Like strawberries. Everybody loves strawberries. Better to eat fewer strawberries organic than eat lots of the ones that are not. So spinach, collards, grapes, you can see cherries, blueberries, the whole thing. On the Clean 15, these are things that we can get away with because they are not the Dirty Dozen. They start spraying those things when they're just barely seeds, and they're sprayed over and over and over again with chemicals. The Clean 15, not so much, or they have a covering on them, or for different reasons, these are safer. And you can see there's a lot of stuff, your onions, your sweet peas, asparagus, cabbage, which I love, sweet potatoes. So it is possible for a family that's even on a budget to do this very easily. And I love that they do this for us. While we're talking about toxins, we're going to talk for a few minutes about your home, only because we're getting ready for the fall. We have children going to school. We have people better in different work patterns. You want your home to be the safest place in the world. So let's talk about the problems that we're having in our homes. Our indoor air quality is 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. And that's pretty horrible. They will tell us that a new house will outgas for 10 years. And long-term chemical exposure inside our home can harm us, and that's from the EPA. Some chemicals, if we're exposed to a lot of chemicals, they actually can scramble the normal hormone signals and change how our food is processed, transforming it into fat instead of muscle and other tissue. And that was done by Dr. Leonard Transdell, who wrote a book about why people have a hard time getting rid of fat and why some people tend to be heavier. So this is, yes, real important to know that these chemicals do mess us up. Many of you may have heard about the body burden, they call it the human body burden. And of course, this cute little baby here, we just love this baby. Scientists have always thought that the placenta protected the baby from any chemicals that the mother was being exposed to. And it was nice when we thought that, but then they found out that that's not really true. So the umbilical cord carries a steady stream of industrial chemicals, pollutants, and pesticides, and they cross the placenta. They did a study on newborn babies, and I remember when that study came out, it was done for babies all over the United States, and of course, different socioeconomic situations, different races. And they found that the newborn baby has 287 toxic chemicals in them when they're born. 180 of them are cancer causing, and 217 are toxic to the brain. And I have to stop as a nurse and say, is this why we are seeing our children with so many problems? And I think probably yes. And it doesn't mean that mothers are being careless, but it means that we can hardly help but avoid these chemicals. And that's the main part of the problem. So while we're talking about our homes, did you know that cleaning products aren't regulated by the Food and Drug Administration? Manufacturers use nearly any substance, even known toxins, and they don't ever have to list their ingredients. So we have to become like little investigators to protect ourselves. And what I tell people is they've listed 2 things here, hydrochloric acid and butylcelusol. And those are some of the things that are in many of our products. But what I tell people is look at these products where it says may be found in. Look at odor eliminators, toilet bowl cleaners, all-purpose cleaners, cleaning wipes, degreasers, floor polish, rug shampoos, tub and tile cleaners, and window cleaners. I had a really good story that I will share with you about tub and tile cleaners. And it was a popular brand that was out several years ago. And a mother stopped me. I think I did this presentation. A mother stopped me and said, you won't believe this. I was using a tub and tile cleaner, and I was in the bathroom, and I closed the bathroom door because the baby was downstairs in the playpen. And I sprayed it. And when I was spraying it, and I was trying to be careful not to inhale it, my baby started to cough. And she said, and that was the last time I ever used that, because I realized that we don't know where these toxins will end up. So I'd like to share right now that, well, what can you do if you're really concerned? I have a good friend who is a chiropractor, and what she said to all of her patients who said, can we use this? Can we use this? Is this safe? Is this safe? She handed them a Shackley catalog and said, anything in this catalog is safe. You can just use anything in here. You don't even have to ask me anymore, which was got her off of the hook. But the bottom line is she really believed it. So Shackley has things that are very safe and powerful, and they work. And they're made from corn and coconut surfactants, and they're just like the safest thing you could ever use. Another note is that if you call the Poison Control Center and you tell them that maybe as a matter of fact, and I had friends, their kids were always in trouble, but I had a friend whose child was spraying Basic H all over himself and drinking it or whatever. She called the Poison Control Center, and they said he got into the safest thing he could have gotten into. Just wipe him off, give him more to drink, and don't worry about it. And so, of course, she immediately called me and said, you were right, which I loved hearing, that I was actually helping somebody. Here's the Shackley difference. And again, we do call ourselves Beyond Organic, and we do the 350 tests against harmful ingredients. And again, all of the proven things, 100 plus patents and published scientific papers. Olympians use our products, astronauts use our products, and they're 100% guaranteed. And I can't imagine not using them. The other place where we have to look for toxins is in our skincare products. And not only that, our personal care products, but I put this up as an example, that there is a regime that you can use that's very safe. And although I won't go over every single one, I will tell you each of them individually are amazing products. Now, our products are clinically proven. And again, you will find that you will see things on TV or ads for products, and they will say clinically proven. But they cannot say, all of them cannot say clean beauty. So that means that our products are clean and clinically proven. And you'll see on the left-hand side, unfortunately, the United States only bans 11 toxic substances from our products, from any products. Japan 30, and it goes up. Canada, Malaysia, Europe 1382 plus, and we're at 2,500 plus. Shackley bans more ingredients than most of the other countries. And I do want to point out here that we always put the earth first also. We were the first company to offset our carbon emissions and leave no footprint on the planet. And so we're very interested in continuing to do that. So now you have a couple of tips on things you can do about toxins. Now, with our skincare products, when we say proven, this is a wonderful, wonderful study. 100% of women that use this, they felt that their skin looked better in just 7 days. And it says it was clinically proven that they had nicer skin. But 2/3 of them actually shifted their skin age to a younger decade. And that means that their skin cells were like 10 years younger. Now, if you're a skeptic like I was, I kept saying, oh, how can they do that? I don't know if they can do that. So we actually talked to the scientists, and they told us that there is a way to do that. It's called the Skin Age Index, and it measures all of these key things that we're going to name here so that they can actually say that it has gone back 10 years. So facial wrinkles, pore size, even skin tone, firmness, skin texture, hyperpigmentation, radiance, and sagging. Well, when I heard that, I have to admit, I believed them. I was no longer a skeptic. Okay, so now let's think about what we've talked about so far. We know we have to develop a new pattern for the fall. We know we have to exercise, we have to sleep better, we have to eat better, we have to avoid toxins, get rid of the toxins in our house because we want less toxins in our body. So our suggestion is a cleanse. You can think of a cleanse as a way to reset your body. And I will tell you that before I knew what this cleanses that I'm going to tell you about, I was very skeptical because I had heard about people that did horrible things to get toxins out of their bodies, like eating cabbage soup for 2 weeks. And I wasn't about to do that. But we know that doing a cleanse before adopting a healthier lifestyle allows you to start with a clean slate, which is really pretty exciting. Our bodies do have the ability to naturally cleanse ourselves, but if not when we are exposed to an excessive amount of contaminants like what we are exposed to, excess fatty foods, refined carbohydrates, added sugar, food additives, environmental toxins. So the first thing is you want to keep the toxins out of your body. That's why we buy organic, we filter our water, we watch what we have in our house, we switch to non-toxic cleaners. But when we do a cleanse, it is considered a short-term dietary cleanse, and it helps you get rid of what you couldn't avoid. And I think that's a good way to explain why we need to do this. So a cleanse will detoxify your body naturally. They will promote healthy digestion, immune system function improves nutrient absorption, increases energy, and improves sleep. And I have talked to a lot of people that do the cleanse besides me, besides my family, which I made us all do the cleanse. I don't know if they were happy with me or not, but we all did the cleanse. But they did say that they could see a difference in energy levels. Some people lost some weight, which was nice. And people in general felt better. And a lot of folks said, when can I do this again? This made me feel so good, which is really kind of cool. This is our 7-day cleanse, and I'm just going to go over briefly because if you get involved, you will understand it more. It's not difficult because what Shaklee has done is they put them in little packets. So I explained to people, you don't even have to worry about bottles. You get a little packet in the morning and you get a little packet at night, and that's what you take. You eat as many fruits and veggies as you want. You drink a lot of water. And don't forget, you want to add some protein. So our Shaklee Life Shake is part of this program also. What you're going to get in there in the morning, you're going to get a probiotic. Remember we talked about the probiotics? You'll get 5-alfalfa, a liver complex. The liver is important because that ends up being like the garbage can in our body. So you really want your liver to work really well and throw toxins out. And at night, you get a probiotic, 5-alfalfa, 2 of the liver DTX at night. And then you're getting another product called Herblax, which just helps you. It's not a laxative when you take 2, but it makes sure that when you throw things out of your liver, let's put it that way, you're getting them out of your body, which is so, so important. So these are just some tips you will find when you do a cleanse. We are very helpful, and I know we go into a lot of detail with you. There's a lot of suggestions. There are a lot of recipes that you can try. A lot of them are so good, you keep using the recipes for the rest of your life. Remember, you want to do 2/3 veggies and 1/3 fruit. We have lots of really, really good suggestions. Drink a lot of water. I don't need to go over them right now because hopefully you guys will all want to really do a cleanse. And this is a product package that we have together, Shaklee has together only for this month. So that you will find, though, that a lot of times there are specials every month that will help you get some of the products that you need for your cleanse. Please know that this is the end of our presentation. Whoever invited you to this presentation, go back to them. And I will end right now, but I know we're going to talk about how you can join a group and get involved with this. So thank you for listening. And we're ending right now.